Welcome to this tutorial on creating and enforcing printer driver configurations using Printix. In this video, we will guide you through the steps to add your own configurations and ensure they are effectively enforced. First, let's understand what a printer driver configuration is. The print driver configuration stores the printing defaults, which include device settings such as paper trays, duplexers, and finishing options. It does not store printing preferences, which are user-specific settings. Access the Print Queue Properties page to create a new print driver configuration. I will access this printer queue and select the Drivers tab. The Drivers tab shows the currently selected driver for each operating system. Only the operating systems with the Printix client deployed are displayed. If you select the Show All checkbox, you will see all the operating systems Printix supports. Only the relevant operating system with the Printix client installed is displayed by default to maintain a clean interface. If you were to deploy Printix client to a Windows 10 or Mac, it will add the operating systems below here. As you can see, you have control over printer devices per operating system in this view. You can choose from the list of available printer drivers by clicking on the print driver name. So if I want to change this PCL global print driver, for example, a PostScript driver, I can use the search option to list all the Xerox drivers uploaded to Printix and the appropriate driver. If I choose Change Print Driver and then select Back, you'll see that we have replaced the driver originally set for this queue. Printix is now configured to use the PostScript driver for this printer queue. There have been no updates on the computers where this printer queue has been installed. After making changes, I need to select the Update Print Queue on Computers option to update the driver on those computers. Let's see this option now and check the driver for the print queue on my computer. As you can see, the print queue has been updated with the PostScript driver. Now that you've learned how to manage print drivers for print queues using Printix, let's explore the configurations. We have updated the printer driver and deployed it to the computers running the Windows operating system where the printer queue is installed. The driver has been installed with its default settings, which means that the printer queue is not configured to recognize any additional accessories that may be attached to the printer. To address this issue, we can use the configuration option to make the printer accessories accessible in the printer driver. Let's see how. To create a configuration, you must be signed into a computer on the same network as the printer with the System Manager account. There are two ways to add a new configuration. You can select Configure on Computer. The print driver configuration is interactively configured on a computer in the Windows Printer Properties dialog of a temporarily added Windows printer. Or Upload from Computer. The print driver configuration is uploaded from the selected Windows computer. The computer must be online, and the print queue must be pre-installed on the computer already. For this demonstration, I will select to configure on a computer. Give the configuration a name and select the computer to configure on. Here you will see a list of computers on which a user with System Manager rights is signed into Printix client and has access to the network that the printer is on. In this example, I will select this computer. Printix downloads the driver to my computer and installs a temporary printer queue using a TCP/IP standard port. This is important because the driver can retrieve information about optional accessories from the printer. After configuring all optional accessories, I can navigate to the Advanced tab to set the printing defaults for this print queue. In this example, I will choose black and white printing as the default option. The default settings I configured in the Advanced tab will be inherited in the preference settings of the General tab. Once you have finished configuring, select OK to close the Printix dialog window. The temporary printer queue is removed from the computer and the new configuration has been built. When we deploy this printer queue to computers using this operating system, the settings in this configuration set will be applied. I navigate to the Advanced tab under Printing Defaults. There, I can see that the setting is configured to print in black and white, as was established in the configuration set I just created. This tutorial demonstrated how to create and enforce printer driver configurations using Printix. It covered managing print drivers for print queues, updating drivers on computers, and configuring printer accessories. The process involves creating configurations, setting printing defaults, and deploying the updated settings to computers.